Wait, what is Campari?
It is a liqueur.
And Spritz is just...
Spritz is the soda water. It's kind of refreshing. And
Yeah.
It's not that alcoholic. It's kind of...
It's a good poolside drink.
It's a great poolside drink.
I know what's happening in Oslo.
100%. Cheers.
Yeah, I use SPF 50, but I was still able to get a lot of color.
Oh, wow. Wow. Hey, guys, It's the new Two Bears with the two raddest surfers over 50. You know what? Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I'm really impressed by your surfing.
Are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious because you have no idea how many times I tried to surf and could not. And it took me, I had to really focus. I was really impressed by your surfing. And that is why I forced Tony Hawk to see if you were the coolest surfer in town.
You're such a dick. You're such a dick.
Here's the thing. Oh, it's so fucking great.
You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing I got to say. This is when you know your friends. You know how much I would not want you to do that.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And that's
yes.
why we're friends, because you know that that is fucking so embarrassing.
Oh, Tom, there's so much more to it that you haven't seen. There's the best fucking dude. It is. I'm the only one that laughed. I did two things. I did that and I did another thing. And it was so bad that in the middle, Halston was like, hold on. Do you know that's the exact opposite? And I went, are you being fucking serious right now? And he goes, oh, it's a joke. I sold it so fucking good. I sold it so fucking good. I sold it so good. And then I called you a settler because you had the indigenous people carry your surfboard to the beach for you. I go, he's like James Cook. Look at him. I will take my surfboard up here, please.
It was such an awesome experience.
It's
something,
cool.
I'll say this. I was talking to somebody about this. It's something that I would not have done 2 years ago. I don't mean because my body was broken in half. I mean, emotionally, I was a different person. And
let's start there.
Yeah, I was the type of person that you would have said, do you want to take a surf lesson today? I'd have been like, no, let's just stay at the hotel.
Yeah.
And be like, what do you want to do? I'd be like, well, let's just hang out. The hotel's great. Let's just hang out at the pool.
Go to the pool.
What we've been doing.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we did that. Yeah, I know, but we got to go down there. And what if it sucks? And you know, what if this isn't whatever, a good time? And like, I've tried to change, I have changed that a lot in the last couple of years. Like where one of the big things is I just try to embrace new experiences, you know, like I try to do them. And I actually asked to do this before I went. I was asked, like, is there anything you want set up in Hawaii? And I was like, I would like to take a surf lesson.
It's so cool.
It was the fucking coolest thing. I have a new appreciation for that whole world, culture, thrill. When you hear people go like, you know, a whole life you hear people go like, oh, there's nothing like catching a wave, or you see people who their life is just devoted to it. I mean, like, I'm not going to be that person, but once you do this, it changes your perspective on that whole world, you know?
I'm obsessed with it. And I mean, I'm obsessed with it. Like I surfed as a kid, but never good, but I appreciate the feel of the ocean in the morning. There's something that really is cleansing.
It's all, I mean, I've been to the beach and gone to the ocean, and I think the ocean's an amazing thing. It's an amazing place, and it's and there's things about the beach and being in ocean water that is unlike anything else.
Yeah.
But I got linked up with this dude, Anthony. Shout out to Anthony.
You were in Waikiki?
No, I was in I was staying in Kolina and on the island of Oahu, and this place was like 20 minutes away.
Where did you go? Where did you surf?
Eisenhower Beach. I don't know. So I get linked. I told them I want to do this. They go, okay. So I get picked up, dropped off at this beach, and there's like, you know, it's a real legit like Hawaiian beach, meaning like there's families that are cooking out, like setting up for the day.
Yeah.
And there's this tent, and I walk over, and this dude right away was like, "What's up, man? Like, you ready to do this?" And like, really like big personality, a lot of fun. And there was a few other people. Everybody gets their own individual person. Right away,
other people, as in people you don't know?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But they each everybody is assigned an instructor.
An instructor, yeah.
So like, I was, I've never done this. The prep of like, here's how to surf is like 3 minutes.
It is.
He's like, here's the board. You're gonna paddle like this. You're gonna push up, knees up, one leg other, and then you're surfing. All right, let's go surf. Like it was basically that.
Yeah.
So, but I have Tony, right? Everybody has their own person, and we were paddling out, and like he right away he was like, this is my. He's like, I'm not just a surf instructor. He's like, none of us are. And I was like, what do you mean? What are you, a fucking chiropractor? He was like,
I've never done this.
No, he's like, he's like, we're ambassadors of Hawaiian culture. He's like, this surfing is our shit. This is Hawaiian.
Yeah.
This is not just like, hey, this is a fun activity. This is in our souls. And so I connected with, I was like, that's awesome. I like this dude.
Yeah.
We started just talking about that and I get up or he, I'm going over what to do. So the first wave that he puts me on, he's like, paddle, go, whatever. I get up for like a second and fall, but I'm already thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get this. Like I go out a second time, it's a little better. Third time, my board is just aiming for a woman who is on a board facing the other way. And as I get closer to her, I go, I'm gonna kill this woman. And I just keep my mouth shut. I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna watch this happen. And I don't know how I didn't. And then I told him, he was like, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. and then I realized something to myself, because I have an hour out there of with him, right?
Yeah.
I realized that our instinct as amateurs, as like trying something, is to do it fast. And I realized that the only way I feel like that I'm going to get this in this hour is to just do it, but just fight the instinct to try to be fast and do it slowly. And
that is the most brilliant thing that I've realized but never vocalized, because I had that problem. Is every time I took surf lessons, I just wanted to get it. I wanted to start doing it and getting it going.
And the thing is,
I didn't want to listen to their, like, they would say stuff like push up, lean back, lean back, I was just like, no, I just got to stand up.
I don't know why, because I feel like it's one of those things that happens when you age too. And this might be a really dumb thing, but maybe this makes sense to you. Where 10 years ago, if I was holding 3 things in my hand and I was like, now open this door, like in other words, open the door, I would go, you should put something down. It'll make it easier. But I would be like, no. And then I would open the door and drop things.
Yeah.
And now at my age, I go, put something down. And I put it down, right?
Yeah,
and I go, see, and that's why nothing spilled and you didn't drop it. And then I open the door. And it's the same thought in my head. I was like, you're not going to pop up as fast as the guy who's been surfing 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, just go fucking slow. And that next one, I caught the wave, the second one. And then my last, everybody had gone in. And Tony's like, you're doing one more, dude. He's like, you got it now, so you're doing one more. And that one I actually rode all the way in and turned a little bit. And it was the best feeling. It was the most incredible feeling.
It's so hard to explain to someone who's never done it, but there is a weird connection you get with the planet.
Yeah.
When the planet is moving you based on the moon. And then you're sliding on water. And perspective wise, what you're seeing is a different, when you're in the water, you're always like looking up. It's like at the bottom of a mountain and looking up. Once you stand up on that wave, you're at the top of the mountain and you're choosing to go down and around it.
You can't believe you're riding a wave.
It's so fucking cool.
And it's so exhausting.
It is like, dude, check out Nathan. See if you can find Nathan Florence, his Whoop numbers. Nathan, so I got really into it. I've always been into it, but I got really into it, and I said to myself, I'm going to learn.
Look for images.
Images. Nathan Florence's Whoop numbers are through the fucking roof. They are through. Take a look at that to the left. That's John Florence. By the way, that's his brother. He surfs also. He is a professional surfer. Look at his first of all, his recovery is 95. But
Jesus Christ.
Go into
Let's see that. Let's see what that says there.
Maximum heart rate 179.
So he's out there for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yes.
Burns
Average heart rate 134.
Jesus, and
1,600 calories.
Yeah.
And by the way, those dips are him sitting, waiting for the next wave.
It's like it is the coolest thing, and I'll be honest, I would love to do it more. You know, like I would love to do it more.
Can I tell you my soft pitch?
Yeah.
And I've pitched this before. First of all, I have a bunch of pitches, but this is my soft pitch.
Yeah.
As two dudes who create content,
Yeah.
I think number one thing we do,
Yeah.
we fund a surf trip. We fund a surf trip with pro surfers, right?
Yeah.
And we go to because here's how surfing works for these guys.
Yeah.
And these guys are fucking hilarious. When you talk about not knowing what woke culture is, they are oblivious. They spend their time in the middle of the ocean.
The ocean, yeah.
In the ocean. They don't talk to people. They're not online. They're fucking the funniest
when you
dudes
say
in the world.
Fund a surf trip, do you mean
Hear me out.
Okay.
So the way like John is a little different, but like I'll do Koa Rothman and Nathan Florence, who I've had on my podcast. They're fucking hilarious. They party. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're in great shape. Well, the way their business model works is they follow the tides, and all of a sudden they're like, "Yo, there's a place I think I'm gonna fuck the name of it. It's called Chiapu or something. It's like the biggest, thickest wave in the world." They find out it's going off. Their whole thing is they pay out of pocket to fly there to shoot content to hopefully put it on YouTube to make money. But they fly at the drop of a hat. Now, I think with my brain, we could really make some fucking crazy content. Me and you, we do a Two Bears on the road at a surf spot. We get a couple surfers, right? We turn it into a guys' weekend.
Yeah.
We fly them from Hawaii to meet up with us in Tahiti. First of all, we're doing a Two Bears when we get there. Now, the other thing you don't know, all the biggest surfers in the world have just showed up. Fucking Laird Hamilton's there because it's going off. All of a sudden, it's like every one of the greatest surfers shows up at this one spot because this break's going off. We go over, we do a Two Bears live, do a Two Bears, do a couple Two Bears, but we're filming content and we get the best surfers to take us surfing when the swell slows down. And then we go and surf great fucking things. And we're sitting on a boat. You ever seen the boat? Type in, it's TEAHOUPOU.
Did you just have like a spoonful of sugar or something?
Yeah. No, I've been thinking about this. There it is. Type in.
Jesus. By the way, the other thing that happens
boats
is like I didn't realize that at the time.
Look at that. We get on one of those boats right there, Tom.
Oh yeah.
And watch these dudes surf. Watch these dudes surf and comment on it. Dude, look at these. We get on one of these fucking boats. We rent one of those boats. We take like 3 pro surfers, fun dudes that party, right?
Yeah.
We bring them down and we'll do a live Two Bears. And then, by the way, there's also breaks on this island where we can go surf for me and you.
Oh, I know.
And then we have, I'm telling you, man, it's something that will keep you healthy for the rest of your life.
It totally will.
And by the way, impact-wise, I mean, these dudes get fucked up and they surf these waves.
Yeah.
But impact-wise, me and you standing on paddle boards outside watching this break, dude, it'd be fucking so much fun.
I didn't realize until later, like when I saw photos and videos, that you don't realize that you're surfing baby waves because they don't feel like it when you're doing it. You're like, what is this, like a 25-foot wave? Like you don't realize it, and then you see this kind of shit, and it actually is like incomprehensible. The fact that they're doing this and alive to tell you about it.
I think the thing I would like to experience is I can only assume it's a religious moment when you see a wave that is roughly 7 tons break in front of you and just go like it's.
Oh, and this I'm jumping all over here.
Please,
but so Tony, who I love, ambassador of Hawaii, right?
By the way, I would argue if you're ever thinking about anything surfing, getting one of these dudes.
Oh, they're the best.
Because they really, like, they do stuff to you that make you feel like a fucking child. Like, my guy that was taught me how to surf would see me and then he'd paddle over to me and put his toes on the front of my board and drag me out.
I think this is the company that, just if you're going to Oahu, is Let's Surf. I think that's what it's called. Hawaii.
Hey, wait.
but we're
is
out
he
there.
married?
Yes, Anthony is. Yeah,
Who's he married to? I think I met his wife.
she's a surf champion.
I think I met his wife.
Yeah,
Yeah. When I was out there, we did Jamie O'Brien's surf camp at Turtle Bay.
This dude is a former. His wife was won the Japan Open. She came third in the World Championships. Everybody, all the instructors were like super legit.
All surfers are cool as fuck.
They are fucking cool. So, well, while we're surfing, he's just, like I said, tell me a lot about like Hawaiian history and like the importance of surfing. Then he goes, you know who the GOAT is, right? And I just go, Kelly? And he goes, that's the GOAT. And he goes, from Cocoa Beach, Florida. He goes, but we love that shit because he spread our culture further, like made what is ours even worldwide. He goes, that's the GOAT, that's the GOAT. Later on, I post these photos. Kelly Slater hits me up and goes,
DM?
Publicly. He goes, don't leave. I'm coming. Let's go out. And I told him, I'll abandon my family to do that. And he's like,
have to.
He's like, and then I was like, no, I have to go because fucking stupid kids.
Kelly Slater has the fucking life.
It actually seems like a movie. It seems like a movie. Like, when you think about the fact, do you realize that he is Kelly Slater?
Let's break down Kelly Slater.
Kelly Slater is, I'll say the one thing last, but the youngest world champion ever, the oldest world champion ever, the most championships ever. His life is this thing that people do recreationally. He is mastered to the point where he's the most competitive and best at it. He travels the world to the most beautiful places, pursuing the best waves. He's this chill, really good looking, seemingly very down to earth dude.
Doesn't do drugs, doesn't do isn't like lost in partying. Watched a bunch of dudes. Here's what I love about Kelly Slater. Well, first of all, have you seen his house in Australia?
No.
Type in Kelly Slater's house in Australia. It's fucking sick.
Well,
I think that's where he lives mostly now.
Australia, Hawaii, Tahiti. I mean, he's going to like the fucking raddest places.
Kelly Slater's house in Australia is fucking awesome. Good luck.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, even without Nadav in there, they're bad, huh?
Yeah, they struggle.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things. That is the truth. That is the truth. But sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed, like you're not showing up in the way that you want to. Trust me when I say I have been there. It's almost like you have blinders on and you can't see the leaves on the trees. You just see the tree and you think, how can everyone be so happy when I'm this bummed out? I'm this overwhelmed. Well, working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you, because when you feel empowered, the more prepared you are to take on everything life throws at you. I have been in therapy for quite a while now, and if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. That's why I do online therapy, is because it is flexible and affordable. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge if you want to live a more empowered life. Therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/bears today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bears. This year, you've got goals, and Factor is here to help you achieve each and every one of them. Fuel up fast with ready-to-eat, nutritious meals delivered straight to your door, leaving you time and energy to tackle everything on your to-do list. Achieve and maintain your 2023 goals with Factor. Get America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit and start saving time eating well and living your best year yet. I love Factor, especially the Protein Plus option. It's extra filling and great for lunch on a really busy day. Look, I don't have time to go to the grocery store. I don't have time to chop and prep and clean up. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. I love these meals. I swear to God, I know it sounds crazy. In 2 minutes, you have hot, food ready to enjoy. They've got keto, smart, vegan, veggie, protein pluses, which ones I like, on each menu each week, prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians. Each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long. Head to factormeals.com/bears50 and use code bears50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code bears50 at factormeals.com/bears50 to get 50% off your first box. This is what I love about Kelly Slater is he's got a little bit of the Michael Jordan thing in him, is that he's competitive as fuck.
For sure.
Is that like
He's the best.
He's the
You're
GOAT.
the best in the world at something. You're competitive.
It's funny listening to these guys talk about Kelly Slater and talk about, like, I don't know how I got Nathan. I found Nathan through YouTube randomly.
Yeah.
And I just I knew I ended up doing a podcast with him, and you talk about, like, they've known Kelly Slater since they were like fucking 8 years old. Like, they've known him to be and the progression of these kids surfing, like Pipeline, like they just had the Pipeline Masters, and the progression of kids surfing is like, I was like, so wait, you just paddle into Pipeline? And they're like, oh no. We used to surf the first break, and then we surf the outsides, and then one day they're like, you can come inside. Like, it's really, the hierarchy is fucking fascinating.
I was fascinated about this. I didn't know that for like these really crazy waves that you go like, how the fuck do you do this? There's usually 2 jet skis involved. 2. One to pull the surfer out and one to watch out for the other guy on the jet ski. Like, that's, and I was like, how do you do that? He goes, well, I'll be honest with you, I don't do it anymore. He goes, we want to play with death, but we want to win, you know? And I was like, oh, okay.
So do you think this is something you could do recreationally?
Surf?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's obviously, if I was living in LA, it becomes a much more, access is a big thing, you know, like being able to just go there.
But I live in LA and I have a beach house and I don't go to the beach because I'm working.
I would, here's the thing.
It's something you'd have to make a point to do.
I would definitely, like, if I was going to Hawaii again, I would sign up for another lesson immediately.
Yeah.
Because it was that much fun.
I would like to, we should plan a surf trip. We should plan a surf trip.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I mean, when my next day off is April 19th. That's my next fucking day off.
It's your next day off?
My next day off is April 19th.
Just from touring? Just touring?
Touring, and then everything else going on. I'm booked.
What else is going on?
The movie and the fucking promotion for the movie, my special, like everything. I'm trying to juggle everything right now. That's why I'm not drinking as much, because I'm literally, and I want to right now. My brain does the thing where it fires and goes, oh, this is a fun time. Let's have a drink.
Will you have a drink on the flight later?
I'll have a drink on the flight. I may have a Campari Spritz. It's been my drink that I can have because it's a little bit of champagne, a little bit of Campari, and it relaxes me, but I don't get hammered, and I can have like fucking 2 of them. Smoke a little Keef with Big J Hookerson. What if here's what I said.
The thing though, also we got to say is just that how fucking magical Hawaii is. It's
my favorite place in the world.
It is amazing. And I know there's people watching being like, I'm poor. Look.
When you do this.
You can get some.
I love that you've called the people that hate you the poor skinnies or the poor fatties. What would you?
Fat poors.
The fat poors. That's it. The fat poors. And by the way, I love fat pours.
Yeah,
lots of tequila, a little bit of soda is a fat pour for me.
Oh no. No. What I'm trying to say is that there are places that like you know, you sit around, you go like, where? If you haven't traveled much, you go, where do I want to go? Man, like it is it's a beautiful place. The culture, the people. Like if you're trying to plan a dream trip, I'm just saying I fully have to endorse just any of the islands, the Big Island, Oahu, Lanai, Kauai, Maui. They're all they're amazing. It's an awesome place.
Hawaii is, the beautiful thing about Hawaii is that their business, their income is based on tourism. So that they understand.
And they're so like you're with people who are so gracious. They're always like, thank you for coming. You keep us, you know.
I love the aloha means hello and goodbye, and that's kind of the thing in Hawaii. They're like, hey, but don't stay too long, motherfucker. But it's
you fucking howly piece of shit. Yeah.
I love everything about Hawaii. I've never had a bad time in Hawaii.
No.
And it's such a great place to go. And you're right. If you have vacation time and you're gonna save up money fucking Hawaii.
That's what I'm saying.
Delivers every fucking
Points,
time.
boo.
All of the all the
Use
different
your points.
Dude.
Get there.
God damn, man, that would be fucking. That's the fucking trip. My goal is to do a surf trip with you, disc golf tournament in Hawaii. That would be fucking. That would be big disc golf tournament, big surf thing.
I still get tagged from people all the time because they know, like, I think if they can't reach you, they're trying to reach me to see if I'll get it to you.
That's funny. I get the same from you.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, tell Bert, man, are you seeing this? Tell Bert I want to go disc golfing with him." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, you think I'm going to send him this?
I'll tell you what's so funny is people hit me up and go, "Hey man, I got stuff for you and Tom, and if it's something I want, I go, send it to me, I'll bring it to him." Like Big Cat. Big Cat's got a coffee company.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. I don't know if he's announced it or what. But Big Cat hit me up and he's like, "Hey man, I'm starting a coffee company. I'd love to send you and Tom some product." And I was like, "Send it to me. I'll bring it to him."
I love coffee. I should get in the coffee business.
No shit. We need to do a surf trip, and we need to get Kelly Slater to go with us.
Sure.
I bet he'd do one of these things. Kelly
What
Slater's
if we
like,
named the most random place and then he was like, "Oh, I have a house there." He probably does.
yeah, he does. Well, I heard I want to go to his surf camp, like his indoor surfing
Camp?
So hear me out.
I'm hearing you
This is
out.
what I said to Tony Hawk when I said Tom wants to know if you think he's a rad dude.
Please wait. Set up how what you did with Tony Hawk.
So-
Because just so people know, I had gone surfing. I posted it. I was very excited about it. A couple days later, I talked to Bert, and he goes, "I'm with Tony Hawk, and yes, I showed him." And I'm like, "Huh?" He goes, "I know you wanted me to show him you surfing to see if you look cool." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I hear Tony in the background. He's like, "Yeah, good job, man." I'm like, "What?" Wait, I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker."
I said, so Tom's been hounding me.
Hounding you.
I go, and so he wants me to show you his surfing video and ask you if you think he looks cool surfing. And Tony's
such an asshole.
The best thing about Tony is he gets comedy, but he also is a regular person.
Yeah.
So and he's also the greatest skateboarder in the world forever.
Yeah.
So there's a part of it where he's trying to be genuine. He's like, "Yeah, I'll watch it." And that's when I start giggling to myself. And I go, "All right, play the clip." And so we play it. And then he's like, "Yeah, well, he's getting up. He doesn't, I mean, that's good. He's doing really good." And I go, "Okay, well, he just wants to make sure you look cool." And then I go, "Oh," and then there's the best part. I don't even think you noticed it. You start walking to the camera and Tony, I guess, whatever Hawaiian dude is carrying your board up for you. And it just looks like James Cook is storming the island of Hawaii for the first time, going, "Someone bring my canoe up. I'm gonna go take over the indigenous people." And Tony goes, "Yeah, that's not a good look." And then I said, "There's a wave pool in Waco.
That's not far.
It's not far, and you can rent it out for the day. And you get there the night before. They have hotels there, so you stay at the wave pool.
This we should do.
And you wake up there and you go surfing there.
This we should do.
All right, and we'll bring in, and I'll tell you what, I'll fly out Nathan, and we'll see if we can get some surfers to come out there for us.
Okay.
And so we get some pro surfers out there to give us some tips.
I love the pitch of hitting up pro surfers and going like, "Do you guys want to do a surf trip?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah." And we're like, "Cool, come to Waco, Texas."
By the way, fucking Jamie O'Brien, I think, went to this. It's pretty good. It's a different wave than Kelly Slater's. Kelly Slater has created the perfect wave, but the price point on getting that pool for the day, I think it's out of Kelly's control because the waves come. I think Kelly is the name of it. I think he created it, but I think investors
Isn't
probably
there the
are like,
one that the Waco one's an indoor thing, right?
outdoor.
Oh,
There's
it is
an indoor
outdoor?
one in New Jersey. I think the Andrew Schultz
Okay,
did.
because I know there's indoor ones. So the outdoor thing I'm fascinated by because the outdoor one has a real body of water that has some type of machine outdoors that's creating the wave.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, there's one in Australia where it's a big bell and it just goes and it creates a wave of a circle. Kelly Slater's wave only comes every 5 minutes. So if you miss it, you got to wait 5 minutes for the next fucking wave. So we don't want that one.
Okay.
Because we're going to miss fucking waves.
Of course.
Yeah, we want the Waco one. We need to do a Waco surf trip. I'm calling Nathan Florence right now, see if he's in.
Let's wait. Let's
Okay,
wait.
let's not.
Yeah.
All right. I'm telling you, man, I think it's the coolest thing. When I saw you do that, I was like, more people need to do not just that,
Agree.
but do stuff that's out of their comfort zone.
It's about out of your comfort zone, but I think this is like I was trying to say over the last couple of years, it's not just out of the comfort zone. It's actually just saying like, let's just do something. In other words, like I feel like I lived in this like mindset in this space for so many years. And part of it was just being a road dog, like just being a road guy, grinding out weeks like you did too. We still do, but I'm saying when you're just like coming up through that club system where it's such a grind, meaning that you're not just working all the time, but you're just, it's flight, get up for press, got to get something to eat, go back to the room, go do the shows, do the thing, next day, flight, press. And then when somebody goes, do you want to like try something? I embrace an idea of no, I don't want to try anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to go see anything, and I don't want to go do anything.
Because how long it's going to take to someone to go get the car and then grab you, and then you got to drive there to do it, and then you're going to be waiting, and then all that time you could be taking a nap, getting ready for your show.
Yeah. So and then all of a sudden you go like, man, a decade went by of somebody going, you want to take a surf lesson? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to take a surf lesson.
I've changed during COVID when we did Hot Summer Nights tour. I changed in that we started to do activities during the day, and I started to embrace activities and look at it as like, what can I do? Yeah. Like, and then like I'm going to Tampa in like February 17th. And the night before I already set up, I was like, there's stuff I want to do in Tampa that day because I'm coming home. So I want to take batting practice with Jesuit. I want to there's stuff I want to do. So I'm like, I started doing this thing with Rom where I'm like, yo, leave at midnight. Like as soon as we get off stage, let's bail. And let's get there early in the morning and let's not drink too much so we can wake up early and do shit there. Like fucking, I'm looking at, I leave for Oslo tomorrow. I leave for Oslo tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. That's why we had the problem with doing podcast tomorrow is my flight's at 3 tomorrow to get to Oslo in time for my show. But the first thing I'm doing is a sauna on a boat out in a fjord, in ice-filled fjord, sauna polar plunge into the fucking fjord.
That's fucking rad.
Right? And it's fucking, type in sauna on a boat Oslo. It's fucking, and I go, I can get up for that. And I'm trying to change my brain a little bit, I can, that's it, floating sauna. Just do images. Look at that. That was it. That was actually it. But you go out. But it's, So you go
sauna into a floating body of like freezing water. And then you get back out and go back in the sauna. That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, right? So here's what I'm trying to do, Tom, and I'm not good at it, but like my drinking has cut back substantially because I'm trying to plan shit in the morning that make me responsible for myself in the morning.
Good.
So like I go, because I don't want to stop fucking partying, but I do want to stop stupid partying. Like I don't want to like last night was perfect. I landed and I was like,
this seems like such the eternal struggle for you.
I know, because I get excited right now and I want to drink. Yeah. I get excited and I go, I think it's almost like fucking.
I feel like I used to have a similar type of thing of like extravagant meals where if I go like, if you go, you said, I feel excited, let's have a drink. I would be like, this is good. Let's go to like a place where you can just indulge in like the most food ever,
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't want to do that.
I was talking to Tony Hawk about that. His dad was gaining weight. He had already had 2 heart attacks, I think, before Tony was born. And he was saying, and I apologize if I'm missharing the story, like not saying it right, but they pulled his dad aside and had like an intervention. I hope I'm not fucking the story up, so I don't want to sound like Tony said something different. You'll hear it on the podcast. And they were like, you need to start eating better. And his dad's like, I would rather die young and eat the way I'm eating and really enjoy life. And he died when he was 67. But I was like, it's so fucking interesting because here's the thing is,
it makes me so crazy. It makes me crazy because it makes me like, it wasn't the same thing, but it made me crazy with my dad.
Really?
Yeah. Like I remember like more than 10 years ago, I worked the Palm Beach Improv, and I was opening. I was the feature act.
Yeah.
And he'd come, and I remember he was like, I saw him. He was overweight, not crazy,
Yeah.
you know, but like, I was like, he was breathing hard, and I was like, I don't know. I just kind of noticed it, and I found out later. My mom said that they went home the next day. I think they spent the night in Palm Beach. Maybe they went home, and they stopped at. She made him stop at the hospital, at the emergency room.
Really?
Yeah, and he had a 98% clogged artery, and they did an emergency stint. But at the time, because I think you mentioned your dad got a stent.
Yeah. He just
At the time, I was like, you know, what? I didn't understand what was happening. I was like, and they were like, no, he has like the Widowmaker.
That's my dad. That's where my dad's blockage was.
So I had to go. You know, when he finally got out, I was like, that must feel crazy to be the person to be like, I had a 98% clogged artery. This at any moment, a week later, it could have been too late.
Yeah.
And by just the marvel of science and the sheer luck of going at that time, they put in a stent. And then like, I was like, man, you know, you start to like, you get kind of emotional, and then you're like, I'm so glad you're alive. And I don't know, a week later, the anxiety had dissipated because I knew he was all right. And I'm like, we used to talk all the time. So I called him, and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, what are you doing? He was like, well, just, I was like, what are you eating? And he was like, egg McMuffin. And I was like, you just had a fucking emergency stint and you're eating an egg McMuffin? And he was like, it's an egg McMuffin. It's like egg. And I'm like, but like, doesn't that experience make you go, maybe no more McDonald's?
Yeah.
And it was like, no. And I was like, okay.
For the smoothest cannabis smoking experience, you need a freezable pipe, bubbler, or bong from Freeze Pipe. If you're tired of harsh smoke, coughing attacks, or that dragon throat feeling, then try a nice, icy Freeze Pipe and start enjoying clouds of smoke so smooth, you'll check if the bowl is even lit. The secret is a freezable glycerin chamber that comes on every piece. Pop one of these chambers into the freezer for about an hour, and as smoke passes through it, it is instantly chilled by over 300 degrees. Their pipes and bubblers smoke nicer than traditional pipes that cost twice as much. And a freezable pipe bong, well, once you smoke with one of those, there's no going back. Trust me, it's almost like, where was this in college for me? Well, it's here now, and I'm happy. For the smoothest smoking pipes, bubblers, bongs, and dab rigs, visit thefreezepipe.com and use the code BEARS for 10% off your order. That's thefreezepipe.com and code BEARS for 10% off. Shop today. Shipping's always free. Your throat and lungs will thank you.
It's hard because, you know, before I went on blood pressure medicine, the second I got on blood pressure medicine, I started gaining weight. Because all of a sudden I was like, oh, I got a parachute.
Oh, you get a parachute. I get it.
I remember and then that was but now granted, if you don't go on the blood pressure medicine, you could have a stroke. If you don't go on like Dana Carvey talked about this, there's so many ways to prevent heart disease these days. That it's almost like it's almost like how the fuck does if you just go to a cardiologist and you get on blood pressure medicine, you get on statins, you monitor your levels because they can be too high. You can be on too much shit. And so you got to watch everything. It is the weird thing where like, I have to, like this last doctor's visit, I had to cognizantly look at my numbers and go, I need to take corrective behavior or I will be the guy that can't do shit at 67. You know, like I need to do that because I'm on so many fucking medications and I eat so shitty that if I don't lose weight, I will just have a fatty liver for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to be conscious of it and plan activities. And with food, I'm trying to go, I've had all my great meals. Let's just work on eating some lean proteins and some greens, get my fucking cholesterol down, get my cholesterol's fucking 90. So it's not, my LDL's not that bad.
You just want to like, I think we just all want to just form habits, you know? You realize that bad eating is actually a habit. Just like, and you can make it where it's good eating. Dude, I just remember this too. It's like, But because I get both sides of this now, like
Yeah.
now that I think about it, when my dad would like, he had cancer and he's like, you know, you're trying to beat cancer. So you're chemo and you meet with oncologists, and I went to some of these meetings, and they're like, you know, you try to like live be as healthy as you can. You're trying to beat this horrible disease. And then we would like leave, and he'd be like, let's go get barbecue. I'm like, barbecue? And sometimes I'd be hanging out with him. I'm like, one time I wrote up a diet plan for him, and he did it for like, I don't know, a couple days. And then I'm like, why don't you just want to eat like this healthy stuff? And he's like, all I do is go to doctor's appointments. He go, I have doctor yesterday, doctor today. I do doctor thing. They do blood work tomorrow. Next day I do chemo. He goes, so the only thing I enjoy is eating what I want to eat.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, what do you say to somebody you're like, okay. I'm like, all right, I get it.
My grandmother was dying of heart failure, and they were like, she's really skinny. We need to get her something. And I said, why don't someone go grab McDonald's? And I remember my aunt or my dad was like, buddy, it's heart failure. You're not going to get her McDonald's. She's dying of heart failure. And I went, yeah, but she needs food in her. Like, who doesn't like a fucking milkshake? And if you need calories, no lie. And I could be misremembering the story. We got her a milkshake from McDonald's. She ate a milkshake. She ended up living 5 more years. It was a lot of what it was this old mindset. I think my grandmother had this old mindset of skinny is healthy.
Yeah.
And what was happening was it was fucking destroying her body, and she needed calories to get by. She ended up dying of heart failure 5 years later, but she did last another 5 fucking years.
How old was she when she died?
80 something.
Oh, in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, she was in the 80s. But here's the other thing. Your dad's not wrong. Your dad said something to you. I brought it up on Tony Hawk that I can't ever not remember, and that is life goes on.
Yeah.
Life goes on. Things will move forward, and we're all going to die. And if you're not going to enjoy the time here, nothing's guaranteed. I went to the cardiologist on Thursday. I meet with him. We talk. Healthier lifestyle. You have to lose weight. Wasn't. I mean, I talked to you about our. I'll share everything, but like, the conversation was, I need to get on. He said to me, we're testing your testosterone. I think it's low. You need to get on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Get it into a regular level, and not only does it repair your fatty liver, like just being overweight. It's the number one thing is most of us have fucking fatty livers. It's just fucking the disgusting diets we eat, sugars, alcohol for me. But it's just, he goes, it will repair that, and it'll get you to start losing weight. It'll jumpstart your system and start getting you to lose weight.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Because I'm not an expert. I don't want people.
I don't know.
think-
And by the way, I'm not an
'Cause
expert. I'm not an
people-
expert.
Every time you talk about something like this, you hear from, this is wrong. Or I'm an expert in, I think, me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like a year ago, I got my levels tested, and they were low, right? And
You just saw my levels. I just shared it with you. Yeah.
So
lower than mine, or right around the same?
like right around that. I think either a little lower or about that. So they were like, you should get on a low dose.
Do you do a cream, or do they inject it?
And it's injectable.
Yeah. Because I heard, because I can't tell. I don't want to tell everyone's story.
Yeah.
Because it sounds silly. It sounds silly because there's a shame in it, because people confuse TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy, meaning getting your levels back to a natural level,
like a healthy normal
level, with doing juice.
Yeah. So this was like, but anyway, so I get tested, and they tell me it's low, and they're like, you're in your 40s. This is normal. You could benefit from this from X number of reasons or whatever. And I thought, oh, cool. This will also like be like a real fitness boost for me too, right? Dude, I started taking it, and like, I mean, not only did everything like kind of stay the same, I started to gain weight. So I was like, if you look at me, about a year ago,
was that how long you've been doing that?
Well, no, it's like maybe 9 months, maybe
Okay.
eight or 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like 40 pounds heavier.
Really?
Yeah. And so I did that. I got off of it. Then I got my levels tested and obviously they just dip again. Well, here's the point I was trying to make. I got on a lower level the second time, meaning more recently.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did I get on a lower level, but I started eating healthier and working out more rigorously. And that's when I was able to see changes. My point just being that simply taking it,
Simply taking it isn't the fix.
it is not a magic pill, or at least I should say for me.
Rogan said that to me.
Taking it, it was a higher dosage than currently. Did not make my body change. It did not make me lose weight. I just kept doing what I was doing. I wasn't eating healthy enough. I wasn't working out enough, and I put on weight. So you still have to.
You got to do the work.
Yeah.
You look fantastic. I've said that.
Well,
over.
thanks.
I've said you really are an inspiration. Where I started going, what the fuck am I doing with? I mean, like even today, I have not eaten anything. I had bone broth. I had coffee, but like I'm trying to stay away from carbs in general. Rice, I'll have rice, but like I'm trying to stay away from like pastas.
You know what I
breads.
think you would benefit from though?
Fucking rehab.
Sure. Is like, because I know you have a trainer who's fantastic.
I'm taking my trainer with me to Europe.
You're taking her to Europe?
Yeah, we're taking her to Europe. So we did. I'll tell you what.
That's Lacey.
Yeah, Lacey. Lacey Mackey. She's a gangster. She is really a gangster. We set up challenges every month. Our challenge last month was 5 burpees, 5 push-ups, 5 squats, and every day you add 5. And let me tell you, if you miss a day, like I did, or 7, you get into a hole where your Saturday is spent doing burpees all fucking day. But once you start doing 100 burpees a day, a few days in a row, all of a sudden your body, like my body, squats, I could do, and any day I'd do about 220, because I'm such in the hole with because I've missed a couple days. So we went to Alaska, went snowboarding. I fucking was doing 220 push-ups a day and 220 squats a day just to try to catch up. And dude, I've never been able to do kettlebell on my shoulder, squat all the way down, lunge to my knee touching the ground, lunge. My core, or whatever, my legs are so much fucking stronger that I'm not letting go of it. I'm like, I'm going to do squats every fucking day to keep up with this.
It's, yeah, I mean, I think you personally, it's great that you have her.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think you benefit from people like you, from structure.
Yeah.
And
a little structure.
What if you like separately got with like a
nutritionist?
real top tier nutritionist to like tell you eat this, instead of going like, because so many people do the thing of they're like, carbs are bad, or like, you know, and like I don't eat and like, I don't know, that I just feel like you should have some carbs. And you should know exactly the ones you should have. I just think you would really do well with that.
I struggle with the thing that makes me me and the thing that makes me healthy. So like the thing that makes me me is the fucking like supersize it mentality of like, here's $100 at McDonald's, just surprise me. Like
$100.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
Surprise me, meaning like I'll take $100 worth of food.
$100, surprise me. I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Wait, how much do you end up getting at that point?
You'd be shocked.
And you eat that alone?
No. But I bring it into a party.
Oh, that's fun though.
Yeah. But I love that energy. I love drinking out of nowhere. I love when someone goes, "Do you want to have a drink?" That energy,
sure, it's
makes
protein.
my heart skip a beat. Like it's like getting a first kiss. And so I don't want to lose that, but I do want to lose the part of my brain that goes like I woke up this morning and I felt so fucking good, juxtaposed by the last time I was here and I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was going to die that day. I was like, this is the day I die. I've had so many of those in Austin where I'm just burning it so much and I'm not focusing on recovery or focusing on working out or focusing on anything that I go, God damn it, man, what the fuck's wrong with me? Like, how do I get out of my own way to make sure I feel good? I just want to feel good. And anxiety aside, like, so I'm trying to balance that because with the thing when people go, if you quit drinking, you lose your fans. Well, I'm going to lose me too. If I quit, if I just got stone sober and started meditating every day, I don't know who the fuck I am then. Like, I want the razzle dazzle. I want the fucking, want to shake it up.
Can I ask you a question though?
Please.
How do you know that if you don't drink, that the razzle dazzle isn't still there? What if the razzle dazzle is just in Bert?
It is, but I like the fucking flair. I like the fucking, like, even you're not a big drinker.
No.
At all. But I don't know. There's some, I don't know. There's like, maybe it's tradition. Maybe it's like, I kept thinking to myself the other day, I was like, why did I get drunk the first time?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't need it. I was curious. But then why do I drink at parties? Like, I don't need it. But I go, and like New Year's Eve, I didn't want to drink New Year's Eve because I was like, I'm feeling good. I don't feel like I want to drink. I was like, I'll just smoke pot. And then I smoked some pot and I had a couple drinks. And then I was like, I'm really tired. And I snuck off to the party we were at. They had a screening room. I went to the screening room, took a nap. And then I came back to the party and then I was like, I'm feeling better. And I had another drink and I was like, this is great. I woke up the next day, felt phenomenal. I didn't get hammered. I got like responsibly buzzed the way everyone else was. And then I didn't drink that next night, which is like insane for me. I was like, New Year's Day, I was like, I'm good. I'm having a good time. I'm good. I take it back. I had one Campari Spritz, but I didn't finish it. I went to bed.
Never heard you talk about Campari Spritzes so much.
I love them, dude. You ever had a Campari Spritz?
I don't think so.
Do you want a Campari?
Right now?
Yeah. I got two that can come up right now.
Seriously?
You want a Campari Spritz?
I'll take a sip to see what it tastes like.
Pete! Someone tell Pete 2 Campari Spritz. They're so enjoyable. They're so fucking enjoyable. Yeah, I just want to lose weight. That's my big thing. I just want to lose weight. I'm so inspired by you. I really, I bust your balls every fucking chance I get. But I'm so impressed with how you took control of your health and you look better. And seeing you surf was like something where I went, 275 Tom wasn't doing that.
No.
I mean, by the way, I'll tell you right now, I've tried it at 260. It's impossible.
I'm sure.
240 was what? How much do you weigh right now?
About 205.
God damn it. It's got to feel good. Clothes feel good. Who saw you and goes, is he buying all new clothes? I go, a lot.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
And the poors are going to love this. I found out, I kind of knew this, but I just did this. No, this is, I'm meaning this. This is genuinely a simple thing that can make anybody feel good. Okay. I want to say this. So I took all the clothes that was too big for me and donated it, or set it on fire.
By the way, I'm your size. You could give it to me.
No, you're too big. But I gave it away. I donated it, gave it away, and then I was in my closet with like some, I did get some new things, but I had clothes that I was like, man, these are like nice pants, right? Or a nice shirt or a nice jacket, like really nice. Yeah. And I really like it. And I was like, man, that sucks. I don't want to like literally empty the closet and buy an entirely new wardrobe. So I went to a tailor, and can I tell you what a game changer? And I don't just mean because you lose weight. And this is something that men, I think, fuck up the most, is that we wear ill-fitting pants all the time.
All the time. And
so I was like, I love these, 10 pairs of pants, these shirts, and these 10 jackets. And I brought them to the tailor, and you put them on. And this, because you were saying people have stopped me who don't know me to compliment the way my clothes fit. Wow. And it's something that doesn't cost a shitload of money. it's if you're a girl and you have, and I say this because I feel like men don't do it the most. You can set up your
men do this with jeans. I am a 30, 38, 31. Like, so 32, 38, 32 is way too long, and a 38, 30 is high waters for me. You're right. Getting the right,
getting it tailored, because what ends up happening, and like, this is what I was saying, like to a woman who like, you want to do like a cool thing for your boyfriend, or it's like, I'm saying you go to the tailor and you'll be like, really? And watch how, like, first of all, like I had pants that were too big in the waist, not even like from before. I just meant like they were still even current, but too loose. They take it out of the waist. The crotch is too high. They open it there. It's sitting too baggy on your ass. It's not tapered in the leg. And all of a sudden you leave it at the tailor, you pick it up and you put it on and you're like, oh my God, like this is the way this is supposed to fit. And it has nothing to do with it, meaning like because you lost weight. The clothes that we buy, for most of us, you get it off the rack, it's just mass produced. So it's not made for your body. And when you do that you get the tailored jacket, shirt, pants. We're not talking about bespoke. We're just saying like a tailoring.
Yeah.
Total game changer. All of a sudden you're like, oh man, this fits. It looks so much better. It feels so much better. And I don't know. I did that, and I have absolutely loved the fact that I did it.
Do you know what I did? I bought. So is Pete coming in with these goddamn Campari Spritz? God damn it, this kid's good. Campari Spritz.
Thank you, Pete.
Of course, enjoy.
So Campari, Prosecco, and soda water.
Is that Campari? Wait, what is Campari?
Ooh.
What is Campari?
It is a liqueur.
And Spritz is just
Spritz is the soda water.
Soda water.
So you'll taste a little bit of the
So
Prosecco.
it's literally soda water?
Soda water, Prosecco, and then a splash of Campari. And it's just, as you taste a little bit of the bitters, it's like the bitters of the Campari I enjoy. And you taste a little bit of the Prosecco.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing. And
Yeah.
It's not that alcoholic. It's kind of...
It's a good poolside drink.
It's a great poolside drink.
I know what's happening in Oslo.
But like this is what life's about.
Tailoring your clothes. Oh, Campari Spritz. Yeah.
I would like to get my clothes tailored.
Look.
If I could remake my wife.
Just for you. Like these, I think these get tailored or not? I don't remember now. But like they just when your pants fit,
Yeah.
you feel a million times. But you don't want to fucking pull your pants up every 2 seconds,
It
right?
would be cool. It would be cool. How do we do that as a business?
Actually, these I don't think I had done. Sorry.
But that's not a bad idea. Like when you say bespoke, I don't know what that is, but I know there's a
These are too
website.
loose.
There's a website called Bespoke, right?
These are way too loose. I did not have these done. Sorry.
But like, there's like Crate Club where like they send you stuff. How would you go? How would you find? Because I'm sure we can find a sweatshop in China to tailor our clothes. And so, I'm not trying to be woke. I'm trying to make money here. So we find some fucking place in the Lower East Side in New York that's a great tailor. How would you? I'm broad stroking this. How do we create a business where you, as the consumer watching this, go into your closet and go, yeah, man, my pants are too fucking long.
Yeah.
How do I do something simple with an app, right? An app. And you take a picture, and then all of a sudden you mail those pants in, and they send them back perfect for you.
For sure this exists.
It has to. And if it doesn't, we should fucking create it.
It exists for sure. And that is the thing. People's like dudes, our jeans are like most guys, their jeans actually look terrible on. I'm saying most.
Yeah.
It looks
Most
like
dudes'
shit.
jeans look like shit.
Look like shit. Yeah, you look like they're not fitting you the way they're supposed to.
I'll tell you what we need to do.
What?
We need to do we need to take it to the next level and do like an Oprah thing where we get our fans, because our fans look like us or look like we used to look.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
bigger guys, beards.
Yeah.
We need them around for the next 20 years so we can keep making money. So we need to get their fucking lives in order and get us and them in great shape.
Well, we've hit a lot of it this episode. I mean, we talked about, testosterone, working out, eating healthy, tailoring your
like
clothes.
Joe's fans are going to live forever.
You think so?
Yeah. Whose fans are dying first out of all the people we know?
I mean, if it's based on what,
Like Stanhope's fans, I wonder how many majority of Stanhope's fans are already dead. Like the ones that started with him. You know what I mean?
You
like
think most of his
Ralphie's
fans are
Ralphie's fans are gone.
I remember this guy hit me up one time that I'd gone to high school with. And he was like,
Oh, that's so good.
he was like, I can't believe you're doing stand-up. This was like, it was a while ago. That's so cool. And he goes, I love so-and-so. I love Stanhope. I'd love to check out your stuff. And I had an album. So I was like, oh, I might have had my second one out. He's like, will you send it here?
White girls with cornrows?
Yeah, I think White Girls with Cornrows. He's like, will you send it here? And I was like, okay. And I just kept when you're like it's in your head, but you keep forgetting. I have one of those right now where I keep forgetting to send somebody something that they have. Like, I keep forgetting. And then I finally was like, all right, I'm gonna do it today. And I went back to Facebook to look for the exchange, and he had died.
Well, you could have saved his life.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah, Phil.
It's crazy that we
Shout
all
out to
die.
Phil. Called me the N-word the first day I met him.
Really?
Yeah.
Black dude or white dude?
White dude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He was a 4.2 GPA student.
Really?
Yeah.
Asian?
White.
Phil sounds like an Asian name.
Yeah, he called me that when we were playing basketball.
Really?
Yeah. He was trying to tell me that I was good.
Oh, that's a cool compliment.
It was a cool compliment. Yeah. And I had just moved to Florida, so I had not heard somebody casually say that, as I'm sure you heard quite often as a Florida kid. But I was just like, hey, man, what? And he was like, that was a good shot.
Shout out to Phil.
Shout out to Phil and to Florida.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, too.
Dude, Florida is such a different fucking world. I'm so blessed that I grew up there because my perspective is so shifted. Sometimes I'll say stuff and people will go like, man, Bert, you're off or whatever. And I go, not when I'm home. They get me.
Oh, yeah.
I could retire in Florida. I
You could?
I could tap this game out. I could do one more round of touring and go and just fucking.
Can I ask you a retirement question?
Yeah.
Because I always think about this, that there's who you are and who you think you are, right? And so one of those things that, like, when, we all play these fantasies in our heads about whatever, what you want to do or where you want to live.
Yeah.
One of the things I've discovered about myself is that, like, I could be seduced by the image of, a beautiful home in the mountains, right? And you go like, oh, fuck. But I know myself that I actually couldn't live that life.
Yes.
Not because of the demands of living there, but I need to be within access of a city. In other words, I can live on the outskirts of a city as long as I can. I don't like living out in, like, I don't want that cabin that's out in the woods. I don't want to live. I could visit it.
Yeah.
I don't want to live there.
Okay.
That's
a great realization.
I was thinking about that in Hawaii, because part of your mind goes like, oh, fucking live in Hawaii, right? But I was wondering, I was like, one of the things about you, when you talk to people who live in Hawaii, one of their sometimes complaints is they're like, of course, this is so beautiful. Living is that some of them go like, I want to get back. I want to get to more action. I need more. Like, so, that's when we go to, maybe they travel to the States or wherever to just like get a little more action. Do you think you could actually be content living in Maui? Like, would that be enough? Or would you be like, I can vacation here, but I can't live like this?
100%.
Which one?
Hawaii.
You could live.
100%. All I need is a beach cruiser, some flip-flops, board shorts, a Speedo, a couple Hawaiian shirts, a couple James Purse shirts, and a mystery. Like solve a mystery every day. Like figure something out.
Where can I get a Campari spritz?
Yeah, like no, like I go to the bar and they're like, Brenda lost her car last night. And I'm like, for real? And they're like, yeah, man, she doesn't know where she parked it. And I go, I'll figure that out. And then that's my day. Like just retired, right? That's my day.
Retired, yeah.
Because I go to Brenda and I interview her. She's the server that works at the bar. I was like, so who were you with last night? She was like, oh, fucking Jason came in last night with Coke. And I went, great. And then I go to Jason's house and he's like still partying. And I party with them a little bit and do a little Coke. And I'm like, so Jason, why did they like, I like something just to bother my day, to like give me something to itch all day. And then I solve the mystery and I end up at the bar with Brenda's car at the end of the night. And then every day is like that. I could do that for the rest of my life. I could do that for the rest of my fucking life. Flip-flops. I'll never put on another fucking shoe in my life.
We're so fucking different.
I don't need the big city. I want sunshine. I want the water. I want cocktails, a little bit of weed, not a lot. Some fresh fruit, a grilled protein at the end of the day, and a mystery. I don't even need a woman. I could jerk off for the rest of my life.
You think so?
Yeah, I wouldn't even need a woman. If Leanne leaves me, I go to Key West. I go to Key West. I could do it in Key West. I could do it in Hawaii. I could do it in. I need it to be. I don't want to sound like a bad person, but I couldn't do it like in an indigenous island. Like I couldn't do it in Tahiti. I need to do it in like a little bit more of like a commoner island, like Hawaii. You know, where I don't want to be like the one white guy who no one speaks English. And I'm because I don't know if I'd enjoy that, but like I could definitely live on an island for the rest of my life. And Leanne wants to live in the fucking mountains. And I have no interest in mountains. They confuse me. I go, so what do? We're supposed to read a fucking book?
Yeah.
And we can't get drunk because all of a sudden we're going to fall down a fucking hill? Like, God damn it. There's weather coming in.
And there's bears.
Fuck, Leanne she doesn't think things through, man. Like, I think it through. I'd learn how to sail. I'd surf. I'd skimboard. I'd have a skateboard. I'd have a beach car. I don't need a car. I don't need a car. And I probably don't need that much money.
Everything is making me cry right now.
You couldn't do that?
I don't know. It's funny. I mean, we're all adaptable. So it's like you're in situations, you do adapt.
No, but what do you want?
Well, that's the thing is like, that's kind of the journey is figuring it out.
But like right now, touring's over. You're done. And by the way, I want you to do it alone. I don't want to know where you're going to retire with the boys and Christine. Christina, I want to know family, you get canceled, right? You get canceled and no one ever wants to hear from you again.
She's dead. She's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah.
I'll murder her.
Okay.
And then you have some chunk of money and you need to go to a place where you're going to live, but you're going to live and you're going to do what movie did I just see where that guy did that? Have you seen The Morning Show?
No.
It's so good. Jennifer Aniston is so fucking good in it.
Yeah.
It's so good. But he goes to Italy because he gets canceled. Steve Carell guy is Matt Lauer. He goes to Italy and he lives in a fucking big mansion in Italy. I can't do that.
Okay. I could do that. So like my immediate first thought when you started pitching this was that, I think I would really embrace Europe. What I feel comfortable in is like Western Europe, and like, that Spain, France, Italy, like I maybe, I'm obviously I'm romanticizing this stuff a bit because I know the reality is, but like one of my friends did this where he moved to Italy, like during the pandemic and with his family, and they've just stayed. And he's like, I live in Italy now. Like, that's just, so like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's sexy when you say it to me like that.
I don't know. Like in my fantasy mind, I go like, oh, that's appealing. I would like to do that.
I'm going to plant the seeds right now because I feel it happening. There will be a day I disappear for a while. I feel it. I can feel it. I won't tell you.
Retire?
No. I'm talking Dave Chappelle disappear for a chunk. Where people go, what the fuck happened to Bert?
And you won't tell Leanne?
Yeah, because I think, I feel like, I've been feeling it lately. I never understood Chappelle taking away because I wanted what he had. I wanted to be able to get on stage anywhere I wanted. When that Chappelle did that and went to South Africa, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I remember going like, because I wanted a TV show. I wanted people to.
I could not comprehend it at all at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Well, yeah, because we're young, struggling comedians.
Yeah,
And you're
you're like,
going, the guy that has
everything we've ever wanted.
Yeah, your perspective is just the most successful guy who's knocking it out of the park is leaving it. Like that's just you can't understand the whole scope of it at the time.
And I get it so clearly now. I get it so clearly.
I have a different perspective now. Yeah.
I understand it, and it's sexy to me, like the way married men that are unhappy in their relationship fawn over new women. I've often thought about escape routes, like just like getting out and taking a week where no one can get in touch with me, and no one knows where I am, and people are. I don't want to tell Leanne or the girls because I don't want anyone to touch me.
Yeah.
Because I'll never do it. I'll never do it because of that, but I get it so fucking clearly. It makes so much fucking sense to be like, no, I'm not. You're not going to be able to get a hold of me for a little bit. No one will. And I know the panic, and I know we're going to get sued. I know we're going to lose money on these dates, but I get it so much. And if I do that, I've thought of here are my places. Paris, number one.
I mean, yeah.
Paris.
I love Paris.
Paris, I'm going to get an Airbnb myself. It's going to be in the city. I'm going to smoke cigarettes and cigars all day long. I'm going to fucking drink wine and just walk. I'm going to sleep for like 2 days. I've thought about this so much. It seems cool. But yeah, that Italy, Europe sounds fucking.
Well, that's the thing is that I'm one of those people that really romantic. I'm seduced by like a Paris.
You like there's a sensualness to your life. Like, I mean, you like a finer thing every now and then. You like a nice thing, like a clean thing. Whereas I like sloppy, dirty, don't shower. Like,
well, we essentially, you described it because you were like, I want like flip flops, a bike, and just board shorts, and and then for me, I think being in like, I don't know, Tuscany or I'd love to go to like San Sebastian or Madrid, go back there, or I don't know if I could live forever like that, but the idea of it appeals to me.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting that we're friends and that the things we like and the things we want. I don't think everyone would ever pair us together, and it confuses me at times because I go, there's things I've learned from you. Like, I never really understood I never really got cars, but now I for some reason I like the interior of my car so much more now because I'm friends with you.
You think so?
I do. I take a time and I go, man, this is a nice interior.
It's just like, I don't know, man. The car thing it really is like a bug. I get it. I actually also even understand too. I think I only recently understood that. I think it is like you even though I'm heavy in it, I already see that like there will be a point, maybe it's 5 years, 10 years where I'll go, I'm not driving all these anymore. It's time to like let them go. So you see it as like I'm very much enjoying it, and I don't know. I just get a real thrill out of the hunt for one, out of the experience of like, how does this drive differently than the other one?
Well, did you and Christina drive today together?
No.
Did you drive the convertible?
Yeah.
I actually thought, how sexy is that today's a beautiful day. It's a gorgeous day. And I thought, oh man, I would love to be able to pick a car based on the day and go, oh, I'm going to drive the convertible. It's a gorgeous day.
Because it ends up being like, if you really get into like, I mean, everyone I've talked to, I know people who have like crazy amount of cars.
Yeah.
And I've had that conversation where I'm like, like what's with, why, or what are you going to drive today? He goes, it's just like the mood. He goes, it's the mood I'm in.
I'm doing that. So we bought a house, a property semi close to us kind of, but very, very drivable, safe on a motorcycle. My goal always was to get a sitcom in, wow, this is so fucking crazy, was always to get a sitcom in LA on CBS Radford and be able to drive there every day and work. And I was like, and I'll get a motorcycle. It'll be fun to get a motorcycle and drive to work. 'Cause it's not that far. It's pretty safe. It's all back streets. That'll be fun. And so I got your electric bike, and then now I have a quiver of electric bikes. I have probably 5 electric bikes.
Damn.
Well, I know. Well, I just started accruing them. One was a podcast sponsor. One I got for Fully Loaded as a gift. One someone gave me that never got Fully Loaded, then showed up at my house. I have yours. I have some at the beach house. But the problem with electric bikes is they're fucking silent. So you're flying down streets and no one knows you're there, and you're going 30 miles an hour.
Like with electric cars too, you don't hear them coming through the parking lot, you know?
Dude. So I was gonna buy a fucking motorcycle. Loud as fuck. I don't need it to be brand new.
Why don't you get that electric one?
Which one?
They have
the Icon?
No, the electric motorcycle. Is it called an Icon?
I don't know. Matt Farah hit me up.
I thought it started with a Z.
No, that's electric.
Zero. That
Which
one.
one's the
Those.
Zero?
These are electric. You ever see these?
No.
Yo, dude.
Does they make noise though? That's my problem. Is I want it to make noise so people hear me coming.
Click on. Look at those things.
So what I've decided is I might get because I'm only driving like a mile or two. I think it's 2 miles. I might get a quiver of just weird kind of neat motorcycles to drive down to the studio every day when I do podcasts, and have a fun thing to drive down the studio and just get like fucking bizarre motorcycles.
You're going to CBS Radford?
No. The new podcast studio.
Oh, the new studio. Okay.
You're going to fucking love it, dude.
Yeah.
It is so, I did the table thing. We talked about having tables for podcasts, and I found that there's so much to unpack here and we don't have time. I found that I was not present for a lot of conversations on a table. And so I was like, I miss the man cave. I miss that couch. I miss cuddling up and like pulling my feet underneath me. I miss that energy. I miss a table's so different than for me a couch. So I built like a fucking legit setup where it welcomes alcohol, cigars, weed, all of it. Change my lifestyle, baby. Change my lifestyle.
I love it.
I'm so proud of you for surfing. I really am. I saw that. I'm so proud of you for so many fucking things. You're taking such control of your life that it is an inspiration. It should be an inspiration to anyone watching. You should be an inspiration on so many fucking levels because number one, no, I'm not even fucking around. I'm obviously way more successful, but you are so like, I think about that sometimes, how much more success I've had in this industry than you. Yeah. But you poor in this business, poor as fucking shit, to the point when you realized you had money, it was because your charger was across the room and you guys were laying your phone across the wall and you went, wait, we can afford chargers now. I remember that moment. Poor.
Yes.
To successful and fat, to successful, fat, and autonomous, where you create this podcast network, and then successful and skinny, and successful, skinny, and going out and trying things. And that more people need to take from you. You're not David Goggins. You're not sitting here. You're not Tony Robbins. You're more like David Goggins because you're silently doing the work that people should fucking copy. They should look at what you're doing and go, I'm putting more of that in my life. But you're an inspiration to me.
Well, thanks. That's very sweet of you. I'm very proud of you for everything you've accomplished. You're doing this crazy. I can't believe you're going into another enormous tour that's arenas only, which is wild. I remember getting a phone call from you being like, I sold out my shows in the clubs and I think I'm going to add a show. And like the excitement in your voice, you were so proud. And now you've reached the pin. I mean, you're doing arenas, man. It's fucking wild.
Memorial Day weekend, the Machines and movie theaters.
I was going to say that. And
Memorial Day weekend, we just announced it today. You'll already have seen that. I will bring. Trust me, I'll talk about this a lot.
I think you'll probably promote it a few times.
I'll promote it a couple more times. A couple more times, I'll fucking promote it.
But that also, I mean, I remember when you had the script for this, when you did the table read. And then I remember when you said it got greenlit, and I was like, I go, do you realize how rare it is to get greenlit? Like, just to get greenlit.
Out of all the conversations I had about that movie, you were the one that mattered. Your conversation with me was very, very precise, and you said, hey, this is a big deal. Don't fuck this up. Fucking put everything you have in this, because this doesn't just set up the next 20 years of your life. This sets up all of us. Like all of us, because they're not making comedies anymore.
No,
you go,
not.
we all get to start making comedies if this works. And so you're like, fucking go over there and do everything. And I took so much of that. And I remember Rogan saying, they don't make fucking hard R comedies. Dude, no one goes hard anymore.
They
and
don't?
I was like, all right. I remember laying in bed the night before production going, I'm going to go too hard. I'm going to go too hard, and they're going to shut down production, but it's worth taking big swings.
Yeah.
And we did that first scene in the movie, and Josh and Mary, all our people we work with at Legendary, hit me up, and they're like, that's the right direction. Let's go fucking hard. If we're going to put millions of dollars into a movie, let's take big fucking swings.
And you did such a good job that now we have other things cooking.
Let's go to space.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to gain all that weight back.
Can I tell you, I thought of something so fun. I have to tell you off. To tell you off, Mike. Remind me immediately to tell you.
Okay.
I'm
going back to LA.
All right, go back to LA.
I love you.
Good luck. Love you too, man.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave. No scripts, a bit of booze, amateur partology. Dirty jokes, raunchy humor, no apologies. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.